Tuesday, June 21st, 2022. 7:30 a.m. in London. 2:30 a.m. in New York. Suddenly, the internet blinked. You tried to open Discord. It wouldn't load. You tried to check your crypto portfolio on FTX or Coinbase. The app was dead. You tried to buy a coffee on Shopify. The checkout failed. You tried to read the news. 500 internal server error. For about an hour, large chunks of the civilized world went dark. It wasn't a cyber attack. It wasn't a Russian hacker. It wasn't a nuclear bomb hitting a data center. It was a single company updating a configuration file. That company is Cloudflare. You probably don't know where their offices are. You don't have an account with them. But every time you scroll, click, or tap, your data passes through their hands. We were promised a decentralized web, a spider web that couldn't be broken. Instead, we built an hourglass, and Cloudflare is the pinch point in the middle. This is the story of the invisible monopoly. This is the story of the day the internet died. Chapter 1. The Invisible Bouncer. To understand Cloudflare, you have to imagine a nightclub. The nightclub is a website. The people inside are the server. The customers are you. In the early days of the internet, anyone could walk into the club. But then came the bad guys, hackers, bots, DDoS attacks. Imagine a million zombies trying to storm the front door of the club all at once. The club gets crushed, the server crashes. Enter Cloudflare. Cloudflare is the bouncer. They stand in front of the door, they check every single ID. Are you a human? Come in. Are you a bot from Russia? Get out. This service is called a reverse proxy, and it is brilliant. It makes the internet faster and safer. But there is a catch. To use the bouncer, you have to give him the keys to the building. Today, Cloudflare sits in front of nearly 20% of the entire web. But if you look at the popular web, the top 10,000 sites, that number jumps to nearly 80%. They process 45 million requests per second. They see everything. They know who you are. They know what you buy. They know what you read. They are the central nervous system of the digital world. Chapter 2. The Man Who Woke Up in a Bad Mood. The CEO of Cloudflare is a man named Matthew Prince, and he might be the most powerful unelected official on Earth. Because Cloudflare sits in front of the website, they have the power to turn it off. If Cloudflare stops protecting a site from attacks, that site will be destroyed by hackers in minutes. For years, Prince claimed he was a free speech absolutist. He said Cloudflare was like the phone company. We just provide the lines. We don't care what you say on the call. But in 2017, that changed. After the Charlottesville riots, a neo-Nazi website called the Daily Stormer was using Cloudflare. Public pressure mounted. Why are you protecting Nazis? Matthew Prince made a decision. He kicked them off. The site vanished instantly. But Prince was terrified by what he had done. He wrote a famous email to his staff. He said, "I woke up in a bad mood and decided someone shouldn't be allowed on the internet. No one should have that power." He was right. In a democracy, we have courts to decide what is illegal. But on the internet, we have Matthew Prince. He did it again with 8chan. He did it again with Kiwi Farms. Regardless of whether you agree with banning those sites, and most people do, the precedent is terrifying. One company decides who gets to exist online. Chapter 3. The Single Point of Failure. But censorship isn't the only risk. The bigger risk is incompetence. The internet was designed by the US military to survive a nuclear war. It was supposed to be a mesh network. If one node goes down, the data flows around it. But capitalism tends toward monopoly. It is cheaper and easier to use one big provider than 10 small ones. So we centralized everything. Cloudflare, Amazon Web Services, Google Cloud. When Cloudflare breaks, it's called a SPOF, single point of failure. In July 2020, a technician at Cloudflare made a typo in a router configuration. One typo. It rerouted traffic from all over the world to a single location in Atlanta. It was like trying to drain the Atlantic Ocean through a garden hose. Atlanta crashed. Then the rest of the network crashed. Discord, Feedly, Politico, Shopify, League of Legends, gone. We have built a digital civilization that relies on electricity, fiber optics, and one specific team of engineers in San Francisco not making a typo. Chapter 4. The Man in the Middle Attack. There is a technical term for what Cloudflare does. Man in the middle. Usually this is an insult. It's a hacking technique. But Cloudflare is a legal man in the middle. To make your website secure, you use encryption, SSL. That little padlock icon in your browser. It means nobody can read your data between you and the server, except Cloudflare. To filter out the bad guys, Cloudflare has to decrypt your traffic, look at it, and then re-encrypt it. This means, theoretically, they can see your passwords. They can see your credit card numbers. They can see your private DMs. We trust them not to look. We trust that their employees are honest. We trust that the NSA hasn't tapped their lines.
But trust is a security flaw. If a hacker ever compromised Cloudflare's internal cheese, they wouldn't just hack one bank, they would hack the world. Chapter 5. The Convenience Trap. So why do we do it? Why do we hand over the keys to the kingdom? Because it is easy and because it is free. Cloudflare offers a free tier that is better than anything else on the market. If you start a website today, you use Cloudflare. It's the default. It is the same reason we use Google, the same reason we use Amazon. We traded our independence for convenience. We wanted a fast internet. We wanted a safe internet, and Cloudflare gave it to us. But the price of that safety was centralization. The internet is no longer a public park. It is a gated community, and there is only one guard at the gate. The conclusion. The next time you see checking your browser before accessing, or the next time you see error 502, bad gateway, remember what it means. It means the bouncer is on a break. We have built a magnificent glass castle. It holds all of our money, all of our memories, and all of our knowledge. But we forgot to check the foundation. And right now, the whole thing is resting on one single pillar.